Hey everybody, this is Stretch. I wanted to do a video and show you what I'm excited about, what I've been working on for about the last 3 months since I moved down here to this house. I have no art background whatsoever, which you'll be able to see from the things I've done, but I am suddenly all excited about recycling. Recycling any kind of trash or metal into some kind of art. And it's funny how your mind can just switch all of a sudden one day, and then you can't walk past a trash pile without looking at things that maybe you can reuse. So here we go. I've done 7 or 8 satellites so far. They're very easy to take apart. A satellite dish is basically comprised of 5 parts. You've got the receiver, you've got the arm holding it to the dish, you've got the dish itself, then you've got the back adjustment plate, and then the pole that actually the mounting bracket that attaches to the pole. I have not figured out yet what to do with those. So far those mounting brackets are just scrap metal. My original plan was to take the satellite dish that was not being used in my yard and use it for a bird bath. But as you can see, once I took it apart, they're very easy to take apart. They're just full of nuts and bolts. So just take it apart very easily. Once I took it apart, I realized there were these holes in the satellite dish. So with these holes there, it won't really hold water well for a bird feeder. So I thought, well, I can repaint this, maybe make it into a smiley face, just to, just to be happy, have a nice day kind of thing. If you've ever been around rural North Carolina, you'll see these yellow signs in people's yards that say, "Thank you, Jesus." I have no idea who invented them. I don't know if they get paid for them, but I think everyone can agree with the sentiment of "Thank you, Jesus." I don't think there's a problem with that. So it seems a little bit wasteful if you just paint up a satellite dish and then you have all these other pieces left. Screws everywhere, these metal arms, the little eyeballs. So when I took my dish apart and found this backing bracket, bam! It looks just like a turtle. It is a ready-made turtle begging to be painted into yard art. That's when I got excited, because now I have 2 separate, complete pieces of art I can work on. And then I've got a plan for these arms and these eyeballs later. Once I get 8 arms, I will make a giant spider. Imagine this satellite dish face down with 8 arms sticking out of it like this, and then using a double receiver as the eyeballs on it. It's going to be fantastic. So I just need one more satellite dish and the parts off of it to complete that. So let me show you what I've done. This is the latest satellite dish I've gotten. I don't really have an idea for it yet, but something will pop into mind. Let me show you what I've done. This was my very first turtle I did right here. It's pretty much my test bed, figuring out what kind of paints to use, whether the paint sticks or not, and what to use for a head. I've got these little plastic balls I got for the heads on these for now. That's still a work in progress, though, what I'm going to do ultimately. So here's a UNC Tar Heel turtle I did. I was pretty happy with that one, but I had to redo part of it, so I might do a second one. Got my test bed turtle, and then I made a giraffe turtle down here. Just red and yellow. So then we come over here. Here's a satellite dish I did recently. He's holding some balloons. This one has already been claimed by my friend Donnie. I might put a little hat on him. I'm just not sure if I'm going to put a hat on him or not. Then over here, here's one of my favorite turtles I've done. Richard Petty! I put little screws in the holes for headlights. Painted him up. The only thing that is not recycled or free or found or secondhand is the paint. Here's a project I'm working on right here. I think I'm going to use these glass marbles for his eyes And I might make this one into an NC State turtle. I made an NC State turtle, but I gave it away as a gift already. So I might make another one there. Here's the satellite dish I'm working on. It's black now. I think I'm gonna make a silver skull and crossbones representing the Lumberton High School Pirates. But I'm working on that one. Here's probably my favorite one so far. I've put the most effort into this. Ta-da! Robeson County Speedway. This was actually a satellite dish, believe it or not. At the top, I've attached a found piece of metal. The picture of the crowd in the bleachers there watching the race is my class of 1984 from Lumberton High School. All these little marbles I found on the ground, and they shimmer and sparkle and they magnify some people's faces, and it makes it look like the crowd is moving. These letters here I found on the ground. They're magnetic. I found them on the ground in Dillon, South Carolina. I've painted them all up. They're stuck on there, recycled. All these little Hot Wheels cars on here, secondhand. Thank you, Jesus. I'm trying not to buy anything new. I'm trying to make this all about recycling. So here are a couple other ones I've done. Here's another formulaic smiley face. Thank you, Jesus. I like him. He looks happy. Here's our little friend. This is Renee. I grew up with a girl named Renee. She runs the roller rink here in Lumberton. And when she was a little girl, she had braces. These are all nuts and bolts recycled from the satellite dish. These are now her braces. And I bought these roller skates at an auction for pennies. So might as well use them. This satellite dish here can stand up all by itself, depending on the wind. So here's another one I've been working on. Tar Heels! I like that one. It's very shiny. It really catches the sun. And then over here, I think this was the first one that I did. I was figuring out a lot on this one as well. This is a girl. She's holding some flowers. Thank you, Jesus. And you reuse the nuts and bolts for their eyes. I've got a whole pile of them now. I think I'm going to use them for rivets or rhinestones that go all the way around the edge of one of the satellite dishes. This is where I got my first original satellite dish when I moved into the house. I took it off of this pole here, and I found this piece of metal sculpture that I put back in its place. I really like it. I bent it around so it's more circular, and I added some paint on the back just to make it more interesting. So I believe those are all the projects I've done so far. I'm going to do some decorative flowers. I've got lots of round pieces of metal. I think they're from steamer trays. So I'm going to start putting those together into metallic flowers to put out in the yard. I think that's all I have to show for you right now. There's my squirrel bridge. I made a squirrel bridge because I didn't want him climbing across my Christmas lights. So I think that's it for now. When I finish the spider, I will make another video to show it. Here's my little mad science lab. Lots of bits and pieces, nuts and bolts, little pieces of chain, anything I can put through my brain and use for a piece of art. So thank you very much, people, for watching. I appreciate you subscribing to my channel, and I hope to have some more interesting content for you in the near future. Don't be afraid. Anybody can do this kind of recycling, and we can take those ugly satellite dishes and turn them into something happy and colorful in these tough times we're facing. Thank you very much.